3TV is proud to bring you, ahead of the music, Brother Noompsi. Join America's favorite celebrities and rock critics in their analysis of the band destined to change the world.
When Brother Noompsi came together, they were a fire of rock and roll hellfire.
They have tremendous momentum, and it's hard to find people out there that don't like them, let alone never heard of them.
They're on the move, and nothing is going to stop them.
Only Brother Noompsi could make it happen.
It's really a matter of time before they have the money, the women, the power, the fame. Before you see them on cable TV channels that used to play music videos all day, but now have self-important specials about bands you don't even care about.
Are you ready for the drama?
What is this, a fucking intervention?
The tears. The joy.
I am one wealthy MF.
The glory.
Noompsi time, baby!
Noompsi time!
Noompsi time!
Are you ready for Brother Noompsi?
Come on! That's it!
Are you fat and/or unattractive? Do you get winded bringing your groceries into the house? Are you tired of those low-carb diets that bore your palate? Well, change it all by stepping into Duke's world. I'll show you how to have the self-esteem, the body, the beauty, the energy, and the personality it takes to be a winner in this world of losers.
Duke Buschner and his team of champions in life supplement their workouts with pythagoras, an experimental steroid not yet approved by the FDA. Duke's World does not recommend that you take pythagoras because it is illegal and known to cause liver failure, aneurysm, swelling of appendages, heart disease, loss of hearing and eyesight, malignant growths, depression, and skull shrinkage. Pythagoras can legally be purchased in Canada at any Tom Norton Coffee and Baked Goods outlet.
We're the #1 workout program in the country. Want to find out why? Are you ready for the challenge? Do you want to be a champion in life like me, Duke Buschner? Well, I challenge you to follow me. Join us in the world where there are no losers, only winners. Duke's World.
You're watching 3TV. What's in that camera?
Chicago, Illinois, metropolis of the Midwest, a steel trap filled with American culture, cold and hot, big and small, fast and slow, all at once. Known for its food, its architecture, its toughness, its music. It's here within these confines, friendly and unfriendly, where we find four men joined together as one, brothers under a single vision, the vision of Brother Noompsi. Sheer, soulful, dramatic rock energy bounding from instruments with fury, torment, and triumph. It is a sound so intense, you become instantly gripped with joy and the urge to dance unspeakable dances. Their fans find themselves captivated by high-charged magnetic grooves that order respect and obedience. But who is it behind these songs? Who are their creators, and what exactly is in store for them? What is ahead of music? To find out, let's first go back to the beginning. Immaculate Heart of Mary Grammar School, hidden within a discreet North Side neighborhood. John Heinze, Chris Buschner, and Mike Jacobs were all friends at an early age, teammates and classmates that were unaware of the future lying in wait.
We've known each other since like 2nd grade, and I think we clicked back then because we all had the same love for awesome rock and roll.
When I think back, the thing that sticks out most in my mind is how we'd always finish each other's sentences. Like, we'd be hanging out in John's yard and I'd say, "I'm bored, why don't we play?" And then Chris would say,
"Ghost in the graveyard." We still play that every now and then, except now we call it Noompsi in the graveyard. It takes us back to our roots.
Our parents bought us these whack instruments, like flutes and We knew deep down what we were made for, drums and guitars. It was our calling in life. We saved our allowances and pieced it all slowly together and stuff.
It wasn't until the four went on to high school that their first band would be formed.
we'd play and it was cool and all, but there was that missing piece, the vocals. We all thought that one day we had to get vocals if we were going to take it to the next level.
We were like juniors and stuff, and one day in gym, during a dodgeball game, I whipped the ball at this guy, and he screamed out in pain. He had a really cool voice. I looked at Mike and Chris, and we knew right then he was the money.
That money was in fact K.R. Welk, a vicious, unruly punk kid that no one liked. Not even his own mom, and supposedly she liked everybody. Confused, frustrated, and bruised by dodgeballs, K.R. agreed to sing for the band, and it would change his life in more ways than one. They would call themselves the Bibs, and at a young age go on to tour the Midwest and find a following they could only dream of.
It was surreal. All the people and stuff, the driving in the cars, the eating the food on the road in cars, the rest stops where we'd get out of the cars, going to the bathroom, the driving, all of it.
Our parents didn't like us leaving for months at a time and missing weeks of college, wasting their money that they put into our tuition. But it wasn't like we weren't learning anything out there. It was so surreal how mad they were at us.
I'd say it was surreal enough for me. I wanted surreality. So one day this Hollywood dude, he comes up to us backstage in Minneapolis and he offers us a contract. And that stuff just doesn't happen. Hollywood dudes couldn't point out Minneapolis on a map.
Okay, go get 'em records. Bobby Bartwalaby. Big time producer, big time money, big time contract. He could have thrown a $100 bill at the Bibs and he would have had them. They're young, they're hungry, they're not so smart, but they're about to get an offer of a lifetime. Bartwalaby plans this little public unveiling where he makes this big introduction and the Bibs come flying up in this hot new rod they've been given. K.R. Welk's behind the wheel. When he comes roaring out, he has no idea that Bartwalaby is going to be standing there. On top of that, flashbulbs are going off left and right.
We're on cloud nine, you know? In a moment, it all disappeared. Bartwalaby died. We ran him over. I didn't want to play again, ever. I just really blamed KR. I just wanted revenge.
The first thing that was supposed to happen when we got out of the car that day was we were supposed to sign the contract. But that was all gone. When we ran over Bartwalaby, we ran over the contract. We killed them both.
Welk was our heart and soul, and he was put in prison, even though it was an accident. You kill rich and famous, you get prosecuted rich and famous.
The Bibs declared themselves finished after the tragedy. The combination of death, prison, and an unsigned contract weighed heavily on them like the heaviest of heavy rock ballads. The Bibs, overridden with guilt, attended Bartwalaby's wake to pay their respects. And as they sat far off from the others in shame, they heard a voice coming from another room. Their ears perked up, and they followed the sounds.
It was perfect. As surreal as it all happened in time, it was perfect. And it happened when we were all about to give up.
Their new life came in the form of Juan Lugo, a high school dropout and master embalmer, a man who lived with the dead and brought Mike, Chris, and John back to life. Together they became the rock and roll entity known as Brother Noompsi.
Juan was just awesome, and he still is. We're just so glad we found him in the funeral home, cutting up dead people or whatever it was he was doing.
Juan had a different energy than KR, and I have to say it blended a lot better with our sound. And I'm not taking anything away from KR, it's just that Juan was good.
At that point, we were complete. We were ready to evolve. All the main ingredients were in place and we didn't need to change anymore. We were prepared to play together for a long time.
I feel proud to be a Noompsi. Not proud, but blessed to be. I mean, I never dreamed of singing in a band. I spent a whole lot of time singing to dead people, you know? Calming their spirits before they were buried into the fields. And I never thought of what it would be like to sing to the living.
Juan was a big hit in his new role as a Noompsi. The band was rekindled. Their rhythms were unequaled. Together they began their rise, playing in clubs across the city and state.
When Brother Noompsi came together, they were a fireball of rock and roll hellfire. The Hendrixes and the Zeppelins and the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s all rolled up together in one big sleeping bag, ready to go with you on a camping trip, keep you warmer than everyone else. The people loved them when they took the stage. They got everyone into it. They drank more, they sang more, they danced more when Brother Noompsi played.
I heard Brother Noompsi in the gym. One of my students was working out to their elbow. I was working out on my pecs, and I couldn't believe it. It was pumping me up so much I must have done 30 extra reps. I don't listen to anything else right now. I incorporated Noompsi into my workout classes and instructional tips. I highly recommend it.
Underground success, unsigned. No one knows who they were, no one knows who they used to be. Nobody remembers KR Welk or Bartwalaby. People forget everything that happens in pulp culture. I mean, I forget, and I'm paid to preserve it for all humanity. But Noompsi was reborn. They're on the move, and nothing is going to stop them.
Suddenly, the inevitable happened. The past began to linger.
None of us saw it coming. None of us really ever gave it any thought. I remember that day we got the call. KR Welk was out of prison, and he wanted to have a little talk with us.
Coming up next, KR pays his old friends a visit. What will this mean to Brother Noompsi?
It was the day I was dreading for 20 months, and good behavior.
Find out when we come back to Ahead of the Music, Brother Noompsi.
Good afternoon, Jimmy, and now here's your fantasy update. Your team, the Shockin' Aussies, are losing 8-5. It may seem close, but you've got your work cut out for you. You're down big, and when I say big, I mean huge in 3 categories: saves, RBIs, and ERA. There is a chance to turn things around, however. Your opponent, the Loch Ness Gobstoppers, have Derek Gagne and Pete Pope, so you may as well not even think about catching up in saves. Your shortstop, Miguel Tomata, has been up twice with 2 men on. The first at-bat, he had a 2-0 count on him, and he scorched a rope down the left field line. Had it been fair, it would have been a 3-run dong for you. But no. Tomata proceeded to swing at the next 2 pitches up and out of the zone, which gave you nothing but a big fat K. Next time up was different though, Jimmy. Tomata on the first pitch drove soft, tossing Jamie Meyer's deuce out over the short porch and right. Guess who has Jamie Meyer? You got it, the Loch Ness Gobstoppers, which means his ERA is on the rise. And if the O's tack on 1 more run, you can eclipse his team and take over the lead in ERA. Can you taste the victory yet, Jimmy? Can you... What's that? This just in! On the West Coast, G-Rod has just smashed a 3-run double for St. Louis, Jimmy! That's 3 more ribeyes for you, champ! You're invincible now!
Would you please knock it off?
Tonight, tune into My Mama's House and join us as we take a look inside the houses of your favorite stars who still live with their mama, like London Weston, DJ K Money, and Juan Lugo from Brother Noompsi.
And you're at my mama's house. And then right over here we got a lamp, you know, it provides light for the rest of the room, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the dark, you can't see a damn thing. We got the kitties right here, you know, because I love the pussy. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Right over here we got a nice supply of batteries, you know what I mean? Right here we got the dining room table, you know, where mama likes to hook up, you know, all the wonderful meals that we love. We got some, you're lovely. I'm gonna get back to this later in a minute, but look what this does right here. Look. Party, party, party over here, party over here, party over here. You know, I like to entertain my guests. So right here we got the kitchen. Oh, that's all right, mama, get it. Right here we got the fridge, you know what I'm saying, where we fixing up all them good meals.